Alright, this is the end of the 6 p.m. turn, and just to update on the 5:40 p.m. turn, the King's German Legion haven't been counted in the British, so the British are still on morale level 2, the Allies are still on the field, the fight continues, and the Prussians have had their opportunity to hit the French. Unfortunately for the Prussians, there were some French activations early. Some French light cavalry, I think it was these guys here, they activated, sortied out here, harassed the Prussian lines. You can see some squares being formed, all of this which slowed the Prussians down. Shortly thereafter, the Imperial Guard, just these guys here, this is the Young Guard, activated and shifted their line out to the right out here. And some of d'Erlon's corps activated and they shifted their line out. This leaves a bit of a gap into d'Erlon's line, but there's a strong French battery behind the lines there. The Brunswickers are really in no position to advance. And this all happened, and then the Prussians had some of the last activations for the turn, so they couldn't really do much in terms of pushing forward. Purchase Corps, and this is still part of 4th Corps around here, under von Bülow. Purchase 2nd Corps, they're trying to squeeze their way right in between the two halves of, you see, 4th Corps here, 4th Corps here, and this is Purchase Corps trying to squeeze their way in the middle without much success. They're really hoping von Bülow can move up and get out of the way so they can follow up behind. There was some Guard light cavalry activity. You can see these are actually Guards units behind the Brunswickers. They have shifted around behind the lines, really harassing. This is, you can see the heavies here, they'll activate next turn. They didn't do much this turn. Over to the right, this is the 5th Division of Picton's Corps, who have shifted from around La Haye Sainte down behind the lines. They're trying to, again, stem this tide as the French slowly roll up that Allied line. So again, these are French Guard light cavalry units. The Allies have lost a lot of their cavalry, including their heavy cavalry, in this area, and it's up to the 5th Division to respond and stop that cavalry pushing further. It'll be at least a turn before they can do so. The heavies are going to be active next turn. As I mentioned last turn, although the heavies are really clearing out a lot of this area, they can't do much against these Brunswickers. They could try and charge them, although they're in some pretty solid squares there. This d'Erlon's corps is really spent. These men are very weak. I should also point out that I think the 5th Division is also very weak. They've been around La Haye Sainte, they're potting away at the French, but along the way they have suffered some heavy casualties. Now over to the right, you can see Hougoumont has been entirely cleared out. Another effective, not only Hougoumont, but behind the lines here, you may recall there were some guards, battalions here. They've been destroyed entirely by an effective combination of infantry and cavalry. Now you can see Jerome's 6th Division here, they're reforming. They are pretty strong. I think this is Bachelor's men here, they're prepared. But in response, you can see, first of all, we have the Hanoverians lined up of the 2nd Corps, and behind them the Dutch-Belgian Division of the 1st Corps. And Wellington has also recalled his heavies in this area. You can see they pulled away from Lebeau's Corps. There was no point. Yes, they were doing some damage, but their lines were in danger. So that heavy cavalry, this is the light guard cavalry, a few others, very heavy cavalry, they're pulling back. And you can see the French taking advantage of this space. There is one allied, Dutch-Belgian, I think, light cavalry division out here, but you have some heavies moving through. The French light cavalry here, more French, I think, heavy cavalry up the back there, not many left, with some stragglers and some remnants of some squares left behind. There were a lot of Allied units that routed off the map that turn, including some Guards divisions. So this, I'm pretty confident, will be, in addition to those Guards units that were lost, this will be there'll be 2 more turns left. This is the 6:20 p.m. turn coming up, and then the 6:40 turn, and then there won't be much left of, or certainly of that Allied right flank. The entire Allied line, pretty much. There isn't much left. Alright, so that's the end of the 6 p.m. turn. The battle continues. The Prussians hoping to, again, do something.